Welcome back to Legacy Birds, where breeding is done with purpose, not guesswork. If you're serious about your flock, this episode is where it all begins. Today, we're talking about setting your breeding goals. You can't do anything in breeding if you don't know what your desired results are and how to choose the right traits and the right birds to help you get there. This is the step that separates the hobbyist from the breeders and building something that lasts. Let's get into it. Before you pick a single bird to breed, you need to know your purpose. Ask yourself, are you raising for show quality? Do you want a consistent gamefowl strain with long term value? Are you focused on egg production, meat birds, or just strong, healthy homestead poultry? Your answer defines everything that comes next because you can't breed for everything. So pick your focus and we'll build a bird that fits. Once you know your goal, identify the top 3 to 5 traits that support it. Here's a few examples. For a show bird, type and conformation, feather quality, temperament, symmetry, and balance. For gamefowl, stance and station, leg and wing placement, aggression control, wind, and bone. For production birds, are they consistent layers? Is the feed conversion ratio effective for what you're looking for? What is the hatchability of future birds? And early onset vigor. Keep these traits in mind as we move into bird selection. Now it's time to look at your birds with a breeder's eye. You're not picking the flashiest birds, you're picking the ones that will best reproduce the traits that you want. Here's what to evaluate. You'll want to look at overall health, bright eyes. Are they active? Do they have any deformalities or defects or disqualifications? Structure and build, legs. Are they straight? Are they crooked? Are they bow legged? The wings. Are the wings strong and thick? Are the feathers laying the way they should? Do the wings stretch out? Or do they look like they stuck their finger in the light socket? The tail set, the back line. When you're looking at the conditioning, you'll want to make sure that those feathers are good, top quality. You'll want to make sure that the weight of the bird is within the standard that's written. And you'll want to make sure it has a good, positive, solid amount of energy. Temperament. Looking for calm but alert. No one wants a skittish or a bird that's an aggressive mess. History. Has this bird or its siblings produced good quality offspring? If you don't know that about your birds to produce you're going to have to test them. Test breed them before calling them a permanent stock. Sometimes this takes 1 to 2 seasons. Sometimes this could be a 6 to 8 year long project. But you're going to have to test breed them. It's best if you can pair them up 1 to 1 and see what the offspring has and what the results are. One season doesn't mean long term value. Breeding to improve versus breeding to repeat. Those are two different paths. If you're breeding to repeat, that means you like what you have and you want more of it. When you breed birds that come out consistently after you pick your foundation flock, and you're breeding to repeat. If you're not so lucky with your foundation flock and they have something that you don't like or something that needs to be improved on, you'll be breeding to improve. With that, you're fixing and refining specific traits. Either way, you need to select breeders that help you move forward, not sideways. That might mean pairing a tight feathered hen with a loose feathered cockbird, bringing in a stag with better station to raise your line's posture, or removing birds that carry subtle defects like weak feet or poor hatching history. Remember, every generation is a step towards or away from your goal. Now we're going to talk about one of the most important parts: tracking and culling. If you're not keeping notes, you're not breeding, you're guessing. Make simple records: who's paired with who, what traits you're targeting, and what the offspring show. And don't be afraid to cull, and cull hard. Culling isn't cruelty, it's clarity. You're not breeding to fill pens, you're breeding to build a legacy. Don't be a collector, be a perfecter. So before you set up your brood pens and fire up the incubator, define your goals. Choose to take the trait. Choose your traits wisely and pick up what you want to move forward. That goes with selecting the breeders. Selecting your breeders or your foundation flock is probably the most important thing you can do. It's going to help determine how long this project is going to be for you to seek what you consider the perfect strain. In the next episode, we'll walk through how to condition those breeders, including what to feed them, how to time your prep, and the exact vitamins and nutrients that will increase fertility and hatchability. So if you're ready to raise birds that matter, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Legacy Birds. Let's build something that lasts.